now a visual medium,
Yes.
which is why we do drink and draws, because
Yeah.
drink and draws are incredibly visual. That's right.
Yeah.
They're incredibly visual, and they're different stories. Also, I find with illustrators, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you guys don't like to talk; you'd rather show than tell. And so this is a place where you can kind of do both.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like, well, I know a lot of extroverted ones too, but like I do know, yeah, like writers, I know also like introverted ones. 'Cause, like a lot of my friends are illustrators, but they yeah, they range in personality types. But yeah, it's easier to show what you're doing. It's like I'm working on this rather than to talk about it. With
Yeah,
writers, you have to talk about it because like you can't just hold up the book and show the words because you got to read it.
that actually that would be amazing. Do a book that's what you do. I'm going to
Yeah.
show you the words. You will read this, and it's just big, ginormous thing can blind people. Oh my god!
Yeah. Well, that's the cool thing about drawing is you can show stuff and
Oh yeah,
yeah, like I hang out with friends, yeah, weekly too on for a similar kind of drink and draw. It's like this casual thing. Friends get together and we've been doing it for years. And before the pandemic, it was like at a bar. Now it's over the internet, but same thing. We draw, we bullshit, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's yeah, drawing I think is a healthy thing to do, and honestly, it's the only time I actually get to draw
yeah,
because busy life, and you know about that. So like that's why I kind of religiously do a drawing night with my friends because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to draw.
yeah.
And I think it's a healthy skill to keep up.
Well, again, it's almost like a language inducing thing too, because what it's done for me is it's almost like another tool in the toolbox.
Yep.
And I think one of the neat things about me doing what I've been doing is it's the third time this week. You're a natural jack of all trades. Someone told me it's like
Yeah.
you just do everything, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and well, for me, it's interesting because it's not by it. Whatever was by choice. Like for me, it's always been I'd love to have people help me, but I either can't afford it or people say
Yeah.
a lot of things, but they don't actually do it. But I'm serious. So if I want people to do it, if I want to get it done, sometimes you just end up doing it yourself.
Yeah, man, I'm the exact same boat, and like that's actually quite frankly why I became, unfortunately, like yeah, I became a jack of all trades. Where either it's expensive, fair enough, because like there's some really talented people out there, and
Oh yeah,
not dissing their price, but it's like I'm poor.
yeah,
Um, but then other times when people are low price, you get what you pay for. So it's like, I for what I'm using, whatever that medium I'm using, is it worth that, or do I just do it myself? So like I've found more often than not, it's better just to do it myself. Like something I've recently gotten into with the pandemic is recording audiobooks, and I've looked into it before, and I totally get why narrators charge certain amounts. Like if you
oh
want a
yeah. It's a
good
lot of work.
narrator, it's like $3,000. If you want a good narrator for like 100,000 words, you're paying 3,000.
You can do it for about 2,000. Like that's
Yeah.
what I would do something like that for about $2,000. Um,
Okay.
where I would do it for two. It would also depend though on the book. Like for example,
Yeah.
I did Brian Anderson's book. Crap, I forgot to do. I knew I forgot to do something today. Um, that's tomorrow's work. But anyways, no,
Yeah.
but I had to learn Esperanto. I had to learn Mandarin. Well, I had some idea about Mandarin because I had thank you Dynasty Warriors for being like an amazing teacher of how to speak Mandarin. Um,
Okay.
because a lot of names and a lot of names and stuff like that I had experience with because I just knew how to say the X's and stuff because I've heard it before.
Nice.
Any
Yeah.
name, right? So, but if I were to do that for somebody,
Yeah.
that would be a research charge, right?
Yes. Yep.
To be researching on top of that. So when you start figuring out the research, the
Ooh. Production time.
you can do a decent audiobook. I assume one complete. So this is the math, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone wondering about audiobooks. This is the math you got to keep in your head. It takes up approximately four if they know what they're doing, right? Which is what you're paying for. It takes approximately 4 hours to do 1 hour, approximately, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably agree with me on that in principle anyway.
Yep.
Right.
Totally.
Right. So that is what you're dealing with there, folks. That's what you're dealing with. So if your book's 100,000 words, which
Oof.
right,
A lot of books are.
so which is approximately 9,000 words an hour. It's not quite 9,000, but that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Right. Well, folks,
a lot of time.
That's a lot of time to do it well, right?
It is.
So if you want the best, if you want the work that you feel that your book is worth, I don't charge cheaply for it because I know you can't charge cheaply for it. That's the other thing too. A lot of people don't understand. It's not.
Yeah.
Just can't do it because if you do that, what tends to happen is people have this tendency to
downvalue what you do.
Yeah, it's it. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
One of the biggest lessons I learned as a freelancer this year is you gotta command your price. Don't lower it. Just don't. Even because the moment you do,
That's it.
that's
You're
it.
done.